Happy December, everyone. It is 8:19 p.m. The temperature is rapidly diving towards freezing, and I'm here in the small, unincorporated Rock, Kansas at my buddy Heath's shop. Look at this place. And I got bored, so I bought a bike. So before we get to the bike, this is Brzee Sales and Service here in Rock, Kansas, and this is Heath's new shop. And dude, this place is great. Like, John Ross just got his shop, but this is a lot more furnished, man. You've got everything here. Check out this rotary lift that's actually braced to an overhead crane, which is actually present, unlike John Ross's crane, which is mysteriously absent. And I'm super jealous about all of this, just being able to lift stuff. And speaking of lifts, not only is there the rotary, but there's an ATV lift. There's garage doors all over the place, and it's got this super dope old warehouse aesthetic to it. And this is your place to go in this part of Kansas for ATV repair, small engine repair, car repair, pretty much anything. This place is seriously stocked, and it's not even done yet. Heath just got this earlier this week. He's kind of had his grand opening, but the dude's, you'll remember him from Watch JR Go episode I was in, where we got a Ford Escape, I think, and proceeded to drown it. Yep, we're done. Another beautiful fall night in Kansas. It was worth every bit of it. That was a lot of fun. At the time, I think he was doing rod bearings on a Chrysler 300 in the dirt, in his garage, like an absolute madman, and I'm real happy that he actually has a real place to work now, because the dude puts in so much work, and yeah, no one deserves to be rolling around in the ground like that, so that's super sweet. But the reason I'm here is because I'm buying something. So I figured, since my back's getting bad and I sing an opera when I stand up, I might as well just embrace the old manness, and I bought a beige Goldwing. This is the finest in 1987 Japanese luxury motorcycling. Look at this beauty. Look at all this storage. It's like a car, but without the benefits of a car, and it's like a bike, but without the nimble handling of a bike. But it is so rad, and look at how good a shape this thing is. Everything's here. It's got all of its fairings. All the chrome looks nice. Look at the carbs and everything. The engine block hasn't been weeping oil forever. It's got hardly any miles on it. Let's see here. What's that say? 18,000 miles. That's not bad for 1989. That grill, I've got that. I've got the antennas here, all that stuff. And these bikes are super cool, and I'll do a video more in depth about all the features of this thing later. I just look at all that storage. This is simply the comfiest motorcycle ever made. And check this out. These things are still carbureted, but it just bumps right over. Freaking perfection. So, a Goldwing, that probably seems a bit off the wall, right? But if you remember, I had a few Honda CX-500s a while back, and one of those had full bags and fairings and all that stuff. And I loved that thing. It spun its rod bearings after like a month of ownership. I bought it with 7,000 miles on it. It was one owner. It had been sitting for ages, and it was it wasn't seized up. The engine spun freely and stuff, so I had no reason to think that it was bad. When I jumped it, I just cleaned the carburetors and did all the usual service stuff to it. And I think I had to replace the stator or something like that. I know I put an Ignitec in there so that it would have good spark for sure. And rode it for a while, and then the engine just started knocking. So I swapped in my other engine, which then seized up completely. So bad vibes all around on that one, and I felt just kind of cheated out of my luxury motorcycling experience, and I've been jonesing for a big cruiser since then. And you know, last year I actually had a bike accident, and my back's a little messed up now, so I can't really ride my Ducati as much as I'd like. And I really just I want to get out of the city. I want to get away from the traffic. I want to do some trips. I want to go down to Disney, Oklahoma, where my family has a house, and you know, take a trip there on the motorcycle and bring my wife along, you know. And this seems like an ideal way to do that. And the price wasn't bad either. This running and riding, perfect condition, rad little motorcycle, it just needs a little bit of cleaning up, was just $1,000. That's it. $1,000. for all this, I mean, that, as far as, I can't, hang on, there we go. Ah, yes, there it is. As far as dollar per pound goes, this is probably the best deal in motorcycling since my Ninja, which brings me to another point. I will probably be getting rid of one of my bikes to make room for this. Not immediately, but next spring when motorcycle prices are a bit higher. I'm not an idiot, you know. I know when the time is right to sell and I can afford to hang on to things for a while. Yeah, one of the bikes needs to go away. The Ducati would be the smart one to get rid of. I can make a little bit of money off of it probably. It's in good shape, good-ish shape, runs and rides. And it's you know, it's a lot less reliable than the Ninja. This and the Ninja would just be the ultimate reliable motorcycle pairing. Conversely, I could also make money on the Ninja, and then I'd keep the Ducati. And you know, it's a neat looking thing, bit of a project, bit of a headache, but you know, I could have it and just ride around. So drop your thoughts down in the comments. Which one of the bikes should I get rid of this coming spring to make room for this? Where am I going to park this? There's not room in my shop. Oh. Anyway, the real thing here with this video is that it's like the middle of the night in winter in Kansas. It's below freezing and it's an hour road trip home. It's also deer season, so I guess I should get suited up. Signal sucks! I was gonna be like, that's how you buy a motorcycle in 2020. Okay, well, I look like I'm going to rob a bank even more so than usual, and it's an hour ride home, like, what, 50 miles or something? Good way to break it in. What's the temperature down to?
32 maybe?
32 degrees.
Right
it's
there.
9:10 p.m. All right, so I've got 2 sets of jeans on, leather jacket, I've got gauntlets, I've got a balaclava. I'm as prepared as I can be.
Is it cold?
A bit. Honestly, it's not all that bad. It seems pretty unhappy with life below 3 grand.
Is that why we were going 80?
No, that's just because 80 feels like 40 on this bike. Yeah, no, I stalled like 3 times getting off of that light. Yeah, it just stumbles a lot below 3 grand. Once you get over that, it pulls like a freak. All right, made it to a gas station. The bike is ridiculous. Way too fast miles an hour feels like the speed limit, and the speed limit feels like straight up 40. This bike is wild. I have identified a couple of issues. there's a bit of a vibration. I'm not sure what it is, but I think it might be why there's some bearings in the trunk. Look at my glasses fogging up. That's pretty cool. Guess what? No glasses. I think the front wheel bearings are going when I'm decelerating. There's this sort of thrumming vibration that's not there when I'm accelerating. And then below like 3,000 RPM, sort of small throttle openings, it runs really bad. And the choke didn't seem to have a whole lot of effect on this, so I think that is going to be the throttle, the relationship between the throttle bodies, the carb balancing. So I knew that all needed done. Other than that, not really any complaints with this thing. It is so comfy, and the only thing that got cold on me so far is just my hands. I mean, those winter gauntlets just aren't quite doing the trick for me. Let's see what time it is here. 9:49, about 10 o'clock. Should be home about 10:10, and I can park this thing. And this goofy shifter here, I could not figure out what was going on. As soon as we left, I was like, okay, upshift, upshift, upshift. Why won't it go into gear? And I realized that when you push this, it's pushing down on the lever. You got to use your heel, and that's upshift. It's so backwards to me. I don't understand it. And the other thing that'll need fixed is the rear hydraulic brake. Does absolutely nothing. Don't know if it leaked all its fluid out. I'm expecting to find like a cracked reservoir that has just pissed out all the fluid. But other than that, just look at this thing in all of its glory.
Oh no, camera's too high. Hello. We made it. The bike made it, and I still have all my digits. Frostbite has not yet sunk in, so I'm calling this a win. Wow, this looks even bigger in this tiny shop. Well, it's 10:15 and 31 degrees out, and we are back at the shop. I'd say that's mission accomplished. I've got an excellent beginning of a very nice Honda Goldwing going on here. I cannot wait. This came with a few extras here in the back. We've got let's see, a climber manual, Honda original owner's manual. Look at that, 87 GL1200. Some Alpine speakers, the original Honda head unit. Not sure if I'll use that or not, but it is super cool. That missing grill. And a couple of bearings. I need to look up what these are by the part number. I think these might be related to that vibration I had. I have no idea if this is in frame or not. Full review of this bike will be coming eventually. Maybe we'll have a warm weekend or something where I want to get this thing out again. But for now, it'll go with all the rest of the stuff I should be working on instead of buying new stuff. But you know how it is. Thanks for watching.